Hello, and welcome to Superhuman Samurai Syber Pod, the monthly podcast examining Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad Gridman. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm David. And we have a guest this week, it's...
I am muscular dystrophy.
Ooh, that got dark quick. I like it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes. No, hi, I'm Greg.
Yes, you've shattered our expectations by agreeing to guest star.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Why not?
Give our listeners a little bit of a fill-in on why we have you on the show.
Well, I mean, I'm Greg Sepelak, M. Cypher. For a while, my friend and longtime writing partner Trent Troop and I did a bunch of Shattered Glass stories for fun publications, and apparently somebody in Japan liked it.
They liked it very much.
We did have Trent. We had Trent on in the first episode, and then we kind of got derailed having all these, like, anime people who David knows from anime Twitter on, and then they were like, oh, that's right, we were gonna have the other half of all the Shattered Glass stuff at some point.
Now we have a complete set.
Okay. And they were like, so who here knows Greg the best? And I was like, slowly raise his hand to hey. But yeah, I guess, Shattered Glass is very popular in some circles in Japan.
I gotta say, it's kind of ballsy of the Gridman showrunners to do that. I mean, considering, completely different company owns the property, and
yeah, that's.
I mean, it's still it's obviously very legally distinct, but still ballsy.
It's very. I think the best thing about it is that it's not even vague. It's like there's barely even plausible deniability. It's like when you get to details like Shinjo's broken eyeglass, or
Auntie pulling out a buzzsaw.
The way
I think it was his left hand too.
Yeah, he uses it left-handed because that's in this episode. And he's got the little, like, shine on his hair that looks like a Rodimus head crest.
Sadly, he does not have the 70s handlebar mustache of his toy counterpart.
That would be hilarious, though.
It's not unusual in anime to, like, reference previous things, or even, like, tokusatsu or stuff like... Jetman in Japan is a heavy reference to old Gatchaman anime. But that it's referenced, like, in characters and some ideas, and so many of the character designs, this show just has more layers of reference than anything else I can think of at all.
Yeah, this is just a big love letter to everything.
So it must have been a strange experience to see all of this.
Yes. To just be what I mean,
I'm just kind of impressed that they even went with Action Master Thundercracker colors on a character.
Yes!
I love that jacket.
Best character design.
I want that jacket.
I want that jacket.
Everyone
so
wants
much.
that jacket.
I saw someone a mutual on Twitter from the fandom, Genevieve Frank, was pointing out that she noticed there's this, like, outdoorsy gear company called Gregory. And they're, on their Japanese website, I guess just for the Japanese market, they've got this sort of everyday backpack that they're selling that's like $180 backpack. And it comes in a whole bunch of different colors, but 5 of these colors appear to be based on the Combaticons. And she had like a whole breakdown if you look her up on Twitter. And I forget whether I retweeted any of them to the Iacon Underground Twitter, or if it was just my personal one at Record Gen. But she, like, broke down little pairings of which backpack was clearly which character. The Swindle one was, of course, the best.
Yeah, the Swindle one looked awesome. That was the only one I think I saw.
So that's... I don't know, maybe this is just a thing Japanese companies like to do now, is just have, like, really clear but subtle references to Transformers stuff, because I don't know, their official Transformers stuff is not great.
Well, there's just so many weird official collaborations that these unofficial references just are interesting. Like, Gridman, SSS Gridman is having a crossover in, I think it's a cell phone game called Project Tokyo Dolls, which is a little girl fighting game, whatever thing. And also having a crossover with Symphogear in radio form, which is an anime about, girls who sing, get robotic armor on, and basically punch each other as if they were giant super robots.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow that has something to do with Gridman now. I don't know what. It's weird.
It's great. But yeah,
I don't think that seems too ridiculous for Gridman.
Yeah.
No.
That seems...
But
Gridman is just a waiting game for those of us who love Super Robot Wars. We're itching for him to show up. Like, come on. It usually takes like 3 years. Come on. 2 more years.
I don't know. I really, really got a kick out of the screens of the crew of the Bebop talking about getting a bounty on Captain Harlock.
the most recent one is so much fun. I gotta get back to playing it. It's... Because Cowboy Bebop in Super Robot Wars is just weird because, well, they don't have robots, but they've been adding each game. Like they had Nadia a few games ago and Yamato. Mm-hmm. And this time it's Harlock and Cowboy Bebop. Mm-hmm. Which is just weird. But sure.
So yeah, but man, Shattered Glass does really feel like a deep dive.
Yes.
I mean,
it kind of feels
it's
like
a fairly deep dive for the American fandom.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me about how the American fandom was about the Transformers UK stuff circa like 1998 or so. But having this very like just a lot of sort of, I don't know, it was very interesting because we didn't get it, and that made it even more interesting.
Kind of same with, I mean, the Japanese, everybody's, the weird Japanese stuff. We've got the Breast Force and the Dino Force and there were no English translations of anything, so we were just sold on visuals and toys we could not have, and nothing makes a nerd hangrier than something they can't have.
Yes. You cannot have these.
Doesn't matter if it's any good or not.
No, and Victory, as it turns out, not that great. So.
No, the toys are okay.
Toys are fine. The show is cute, but, not...
The show is passable.
Not the
it's easily the best of the Japanese original Transformers shows. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that is a bar you can stroll over, but
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even really need to lift the leg that high.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I get the feeling it's that very sort of like that foreign. It's exotic. It's got that exotic thing going on with it. Though I would say...
It's like Me and the Malignus.
Yeah. I would say more like the Transformers UK stuff than the G1 Japanese stuff, though. At least also the stories have some sort of, actual quality and value to them, unlike the Japanese stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we have an episode we watched. It was very exciting.
That's right, the 7th episode. We've reached now, I guess we are past the midpoint of the series. It's, there are 12 episodes. This is the beginning of the second half. And this is episode 7, Scheme.
When they start dumping the plot on you in big chunks.
Yes.
Well, we got a lot of that in the last episode.
Greg, like, how many do you remember how many episodes?
I think I actually got up to 5 before I kind of lost track. I was watching it as they came out, and then I got distracted. Mm-hmm. And so I think I actually missed the prior episode. I started, let's see, Rise of the Ninja Turtles came out, and the new Mega Man cartoon came out, and DuckTales was still going, so I was kind of bouncing between them, so I lost track of Gridman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I did see 7.
I've been having that sort of thing with, like, everything lately.
I did see 7, and I feel like I don't know that I missed all that much, to be honest. by missing
guess
They
6?
give you a lot of 6 in this one.
Yeah, there's a lot
Like
of...
they recapped a lot of it.
There's a lot of world-building exposition in episode 6, a lot of reveals, but yeah, they basically recap it here. Utah went on a train ride with this adorable, tiny, vaguely reptilian or amphibian kaiju kid, and she told him that he's living in SimCity.
So who is she based on?
Oh, wait, did I mute myself?
David.
Oh, I muted. She's not based upon a Transformer. Well, the closest you can reference is like she's Wreck-Gar-ish, without it actually being a reference to Wreck-Gar. She's based upon Anno Shiras and a little compoid musical digital person from the original Gridman live action show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she's basically like the child of a couple creatures from the original
Digital
Gridman.
creatures.
Yes, digital
She's
creatures.
a Digimon, effectively.
She's a Digimon. Aww. So yeah.
Superhuman samurai. Superhuman samurai. They're gonna amp it up. Take some gigabutt. They're gonna rip it up. A hero always makes the cut. Superhuman.
And so indeed we start the episode with Utah explaining this to his friends who don't believe him because despite the completely insane events of the previous 6 episodes, this is where they draw the line.
The idea that all this is happening in a simulation, that's a little too much.
Damn these kids on their phones. Not believing in God.
Or not even so much a simulation, it's like it's like that episode of The Twilight Zone with Billy Mooney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in this case, Akane is the Billy Mooney, and she has no Cloris Leachman to tell her what to do.
Though I gotta say though, again, I sort of mentioned this last episode, with all the stuff, the little stuff that's like, they get fussed at by a teacher for talking too loud because he's leading a school tour, and there's like somebody being called over the intercoms, and there was the whole thing with Utsumi having to go to like a funeral last episode, and this is definitely, the simulation is like Dwarf Fortress levels of deep simulation here. So kudos for whether it's, you know, Shinjo herself who set up the simulation, or whether this is Alexis Carib's thing. Good job on programming this. It's very deep.
But no, even though they are, you know, they regularly talk with a robot who lives in a computer, and
that sucks in people who become giant robots.
this is just totally implausible, and they do not believe it.
I mean, yeah, you do kind of gotta draw the line somewhere.
It does feel like a step too far, especially like describing this little kaiju girl. And I wonder if he included a piece of information that I managed to leave out last time. The only thing I really hate about Anno Shiras too, she wears Crocs.
Well, I mean, she's a little amphibian reptile thing. I guess
Listen,
sort
they
of
may not be
turtle.
stylish, but they're very comfortable.
Yeah, they're very practical.
Are they?
They're very practical, David. Trust me on this.
Okay.
I mean, people aren't wearing them for the aesthetics, or because they want their feet to look like ping pong balls.
Yes. They haven't survived this long without having
I guess more like wiffle balls.
some sort of qualities that makes them worth the mockery.
Anyway, speaking of implausible things that they have decided to accept, this is where where of course Jen's trash son,
My baby.
Auntie, drops into school.
He's just at school, you know.
There's like a small homeless child who is also a giant robotic monster.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he probably blends in better, although he's not in their official school uniform, because he had a bath last episode.
Yes.
So he's easier to find, like he usually
He was
is.
just bathed like a Labrador retriever.
Yeah.
Yes. Poor kid. But yeah, he's waiting to, I guess, attack Yuta.
Right, at this point he knows that Yuta is Gridman, kinda, sorta, and his mission is to destroy Gridman, but this isn't enough to, it has to be Gridman. He's not going to, push Yuta in front of a bus and consider it mission accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna kill Billy Batson here.
Yes.
Not good enough.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
And I'm not sure if that's a thing where he won't be satisfied, or if he's, again, kind of like a construct, and that's just how he's programmed.
I mean, it does sound like he has limitations where he can't turn into his kaiju form unless Gridman is around.
Well, it's also with that kid, there's got to be a pride element to it.
Yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just pushing a kid in front of a bus ain't going to do nothing.
Right.
Beating the unstoppable Gridman.
Again, killing Billy Batson isn't going to do it. He's gotta kill the actual superpowered being.
Yeah, it's the Vegeta effect. I have to kill you at your full power, and I can't let anybody else do it.
Yes. But he's a very good angry son.
The comedy from Auntie is just great. Like,
so he's
they're in
the
chasing
school.
Yuta around and manages to pin him down and transform into Gridman. It's like, I can't unless there's a kaiju. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. There's this split second where Yuta's thinking, oh crap, he's gonna turn into a kaiju in the middle of school. He's gonna kill everyone.
Yes.
But no, Auntie just runs away.
You know,
Cause his brain operates on a different level. And then Auntie comes running back to steal the special dog and other piece of food that Yuta had dropped, and then runs away with the food.
Again.
Because he's a little trash panda.
And
we're homeless.
Akane
kid.
does not feed him.
He's hungry.
And when you create a life form like this, you really have to keep him off the streets.
That was really cute. It's like, also I'm taking this food.
Yeah. So he goes crying to Akane, she kicks him in the head, and steps on his food.
She's so
Yes, more
mean
foot stuff
to
with her.
him. Yeah, that too.
And and that's just that's doubly cruel because even though you stepped on it, he's going to eat it anyway.
Yeah, he's hungry.
Well, I mean, it's still in the package. It's still
sure.
good. It's still good. Still in the package.
Squished, but that's still food. Also, it's a special dog.
It's a special dog, which we saw them buying earlier there in the cafeteria. And a special dog will come up later in the episode, but the fact that she's stepping on it, that this one is beneath her, but another one was enough to kill someone over.
Mm-hmm.
She's very capricious as a god.
At this point, like, it's if you go back to when Yuta picked it out, I mean, it looked like they have a lot of them in the cafeteria now. Like, perhaps the god in charge of stocking the cafeteria has decided we're just only going to have special dogs now.
Possibly. Well, also, it's like, I only vaguely know about this from anime, but apparently, like, the lunch foods in Japan, like, they have a short run in some foods that sell out quickly. Maybe the special dog is the thing that everybody wants. Now maybe it is because of previous incidents.
If I had a simulated world of my own, there would just always be pizza everywhere. Everyone would eat pizza, and they'd like it.
I mean, that's very much like the real world.
It was where I used to live. Not as much where I am now.
Oh.
So, anyway, they decamp to Rika's mom's place. They're hanging out there. Still, nobody believes Yuta's crazy story.
It's like, yeah, so much other crazy stuff has happened. But no, this is
again, we are at this junk shop, sitting around talking with our robot who lives in the computer, and our weird hobo friends who turn into super vehicles.
And claim to be middle schoolers.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Perhaps the most unbelievable thing.
The hobos start to believe him, or at least Max definitely believes, because he was following around Yuta with the little trash kaiju girl.
Yes. Caliber says he thinks nothing. He's just gonna go along with it. He's the best.
He's checked out this episode. He's getting his voiceover residual check. He's fine.
Yes, he's just gonna take a nap
No,
for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, I read ahead. I'm not in the big action scene. You guys got this.
Yes.
He's checked out for the episode.
And also of note here, Utsumi, even though we saw him bonding with Akane in the previous episode over their kaiju fandom, he when Rika's all up, well, no girls like kaiju, that would be ridiculous. And he's all, yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be, like, that, but for the most part, these characters share when asked questions, except for this spot where Utsumi's dodging the question being the normal high school set anime cliches.
Yeah, not wanting to be an otaku.
Yeah, I don't quite get that myself.
In this case, I think it's because he likes her and her liking kaiju is kind of a secret between them. And he doesn't want to reveal that, although it's plot relevant, yes.
Like, what if she's a nerd? A nerd! I do think it's kind of...
Well, you can't have people talk about the plot, then the plot would not be complicated.
The plot won't happen. It's like time travel.
How dare you suggest people talk to each other like actual human beings?
It's just...
This is anime, damn it!
Well, yes.
Has to be misunderstandings.
Anime, it's such a standard annoying trope that comes up all the fucking time in every other anime. That this is, so far, the only real case where that happens. It's an improvement. It's annoying that it happens, but still. It's not like everybody's keeping secrets from all the main characters.
Yeah, I do think it's sort of interesting, though, just the way that, like, American society has gotten to it, you know, so openly embracing of geek culture, that just still seeing the anime characters being, like, secret nerds, it's sort of interesting.
There's an entire live-action show that I think it's only like 7-hour-long episodes called Tokusatsu Ga Ga Ga, based upon a manga about an office woman who secretly loves Tokusatsu, Power Rangers and stuff, but she can't tell any of her coworkers or even, like, have a keychain from her favorite character from her favorite show.
Or they'll know she's a nerd.
Yeah, she can't let that be known without hiding that keychain behind 15 other keychains of random anime shit and other different things. It's such a weird, sad show that she can't, have shit on her desk like in America. Umpteen different kinds of crap on their desk. No, it's just weird and pitiful. It's like, I want her to have a desk full of toys, and she can't. Until maybe the final episode. I've only watched a few of them.
The eternal struggle.
Anyway,
speaking of things that are...
we get Boar kicking Utsume more, but not kick him in the shin. But she is kicking him gently a lot, and including hitting him in the ass once. So I'm counting that as kick number 3.
Okay.
We're keeping a tally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is all going nowhere. Gridman doesn't know anything, so Utah goes home and terrifyingly he finds her waiting for him.
Yep, she's just there. I guess when you're a god, you can unlock the door.
And the episode gets uncomfortable.
It gets very uncomfortable.
Super uncomfortable, which is the intent.
I do like that she calls him Gridman-kun.
Yeah.
Gridman.
It's overly friendly and weird. And then she chugs an entire bottle of tea, and she has a thirst, and she makes weird, suggestive dialogue.
Yeah, I would like
she has the thirst, all right.
Yeah, I'm actually very curious whether her saying that she's so thirsty is a double entendre in Japanese, or whether that's something that's purely luck.
The dub.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she is actually, like, thirsty. She is literally thirsty. So it's not even something that they would have changed for the dub. It's just that it would have been conveniently also something that was used metaphorical in English. But so I'm sort of curious whether that's, like, 'Cause I mean, internet culture, I could kind of see, like, Twitter and all having, Japanese Twitter having picked up on that, and it actually translating, and that actually having been an intentional double entendre. But
I'm not sure when
curious about that.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure when thirsty entered the millennial vernacular.
Fairly recently, but
yes,
I've heard it for a few years.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
2
been
or
a while.
3 years. It's been a consistent thing.
I'm not enough on Japanese thirst Twitter to
Yeah, I don't.
whether that's something that translates literally. But I guess I wouldn't be that surprised with the way social media is these days. But yeah, she is also she's thirsty and also so thirsty.
And Utah is confronted here with a thirst trap.
Yes. Just gets on his bed, rolling around with his pillow, talking about it smelling like him.
Yeah, that's creepy. And saying things about being with a god.
Yeah.
In a euphemistic
you can
way.
do whatever you want, and I just get increasingly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
Definitely a significant one of which is that these are like teenagers. And not older teenagers. The younger kind of teenagers.
Well, that's the given problem with pretty much every other anime.
Yeah.
It just feels extra weird
it's
from this
the one thing about this show that I'm really not on board for.
Mm-hmm. Is
like pretty much everything else I'm down with. Her being creepy, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The framing, I'm uncomfortable now, and not in the way you want me to be.
The camera is lingering on her in ways that are inappropriate.
Not appropriate for her age.
Let's get everybody in swimsuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that a couple months ago.
3 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. But fortunately...
Anyway, let's move past the awkward.
Fortunately, Yuta is too good a person for this and holds his ground, though he is also uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But then he's forced to walk her home because she says, fine, whatever. It's getting dark, walk me home.
Yeah, no, I just, hello?
Mm-hmm. I can hear you.
Hello?
We got
good.
you, Rob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. I just broke into your house, admitted that I am a terrifying god of chaos, but also it's getting dark. Can you walk me home?
Yes.
If she would be nicer to Auntie, she could get him to walk her home, and he's probably a lot more useful for that than some guy who is actually technically your nemesis.
Oh, something I think we bypassed. I wanted to comment on. I don't know if we'd seen this prior, but there was when they were talking about how they're debating whether or not she was a god and that the kaiju come and destroy but then rebuild. We got this pixel graphics section.
Yes.
Has that shown up before? I don't remember seeing that.
That was in the previous episode.
Yeah, that was
So that was
right.
one of the things that they sort of revisit from episode 6.
Yeah, that's fairly new.
It's pretty cool.
I hadn't seen that before. I'm like, oh, it's a cute little Minecraft-y thing. All right, sure.
Go back to last episode. They do a lot of weird PS2 graphic neat stuff in there, and actually have like an 8-bit version of the theme song.
It looks like Sim City or something.
Yeah.
It's vaguely 16-bit is what I'm...
Yeah, there's a...
PS1 16-bit era isometric.
There's a very cute little SimCity.
It reminded me very much because Mega Man Fully Charged does that like every episode. There's usually like at least 1 or 2 bits. That's all pixel work.
Ooh.
So I just suddenly wait. When did this happen? When did this start happening in Gridman? When? What?
Yeah, that was just part of their whole way of, I guess, communicating that this is all actually a simulation. Sorry, you're in the Matrix. You have to deal with the existential repercussions of that idea. I mean, I do kind of feel like that's probably where Rika and Utsumi are coming from, is that there's, it's one thing learning that there's this classmate of yours who has all these kaiju they're controlling. Finding out the entire world is not real is like an existential level of... That's
You're in Minecraft.
Yeah. That's pretty heavy stuff to deal with, so I can kind of see them being reluctant to deal with
they might
that.
be dubious about that. It's like, oh, okay, this homeless girl told you that we're living in a simulation and that we're all NPCs. Calm down, Yuta. We need to have a talk.
Yes. I know things have been crazy, but that's a little too crazy.
So is it better to be trapped in a simulation created and controlled by a weird kaiju-obsessed sociopath, or one created by like some sort of Scandinavian Nazi?
I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen
you
of
might
the
get
other.
stomped on by monsters.
I guess you just gotta hope that Akane sells the whole thing to Microsoft.
Yeah. Before your young nephews get super into it. Yeah.
She seems a little less proactive and more reactive, so I guess,
Yeah.
That's a
you
plus.
got slightly better odds with her.
So they,
Yeah.
so they go, they walk to this restaurant because she makes a phone call and asks someone to meet them. And as she's walking there, she does talk about how the city is so packed with useless things, which does seem like a fairly reasonable universal statement for cities, but yes, that's a very dark, talking about.
But the implication of her saying that is useless things to her means people.
Yeah.
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 Those are people on a one-way ticket to the cornfield.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so they decide to go to a restaurant. Oh, they pick a nice-looking Chinese restaurant that we've been to before. It's the restaurant of Psykill's dad.
Oh no!
Yes.
Yeah, Greg, you probably remember from the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
The girl who was totally Psykill.
Yeah, I did catch that part.
Yes.
And he doesn't remember anything because, of course.
Yeah.
Yep. And
it is a good setup to prove her point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is a very good setup to prove her point. I really did like this little plot turn right here.
But
I enjoy this scene just because it's so weird.
Yes.
But even then she mentions that, like, I guess some people might get hurt if, I'm just killing random people. Like, I guess the people left behind are hurt. I don't care. But yes, we also have Alexis Carib coming in this door that he's a little too small for. And
Before that,
clinking chains.
on a TV inside the Chinese restaurant,
yes.
they're playing a clip of, what's a new animation for Super Fighter Legend style Ultraman Hikari. The Super Fighter Legend is a manga, and it was a short OVA.
Mm-hmm.
Which little chibi Ultraman wearing armor and shooting lasers at each other because it's fun and silly at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And the kaiju that shows up later in this episode is kind of based upon a monster from that called Suifon, which is sort of an evolution of another monster from an earlier Ultraman that keeps evolving and getting stronger as these little heavily armored Ultramen beat him up.
So it's a Pokemon.
And the design of the monster in this episode kind of looks like a further evolution of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we do get some lovingly rendered Chinese food here.
Yes.
Yeah, the food looks good, and then Alexis Carib shows
And also tomato juice.
You can tell she's evil because she's drinking tomato juice.
I
like tomato juice.
No one likes
Canadian.
tomato juice.
No.
Well,
no
in
good
fact,
person likes tomato juice.
No. You might as well just put some clam juice in there as well.
Well, we all
just go full evil.
Go full
He actually
Clamato.
likes Clamato.
Yeah,
we actually also
that
love
would've been-
Clamato up here. It's part of our national cocktail.
Clamato would have been like pure irredeemable evil.
Okay, alright, yeah.
Anyway, I will note that Canadian tomato juice is actually different than American tomato juice.
Like,
How
it's
so?
not made out of tomatoes?
Well, American tomato juice can be made out of tomato paste. However, Canadian tomato juice, by federal law, must be made out of fresh tomatoes.
Oh, That might actually just up the acidic quality and annoy me even more.
There is a definite difference in both taste and mouthfeel.
It must be very interesting living in a country where they actually like regulate things to keep people safe from pureed tomato juice.
It's much better
And
tomato
also
juice.
other dangerous things.
Okay, and then the friend that Akane Shinjo called was Alexis Carib, and he just shows up at the door saying, hello, I'm Alexis Carib, ducks into the door and sits down.
Very casually. Sorry, I'm late.
Hello. Oh, I forget who voices him, but they are Tim Currying that shit up.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's good.
I need to see it
It's
in
great.
English. I want
He is
DVDs.
Tim Currying it to the nth degree. It's great. He's just in full on schmooze.
I've only seen 2 episodes, and I'm just itching for Funimation to actually announce they're going to release the Blu-rays of this show so I can watch it again in dub. But no, they haven't told us yet. When?
Alas.
When?
Someday.
You already dubbed it. Oh, and Psykill's dad just sets food down in front of Alexis Carib and hasn't been apparently listening to this entire conversation, so something weird's going on there with him, like he's being brainwashed.
Look, you
Well, he
don't
also-
like listen in on your customers' conversations. It's rude.
It's either that or Alexis Carib is a regular here.
I mean, that's possible. You gotta go somewhere for
Or-
Chinese.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't register that Alexis exists.
That's also
Possibly.
possible.
That's the way I read it. Because she was already ordering food, and like what he set in front of Alexis was stuff that she had already ordered. So I read it like it just doesn't register.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He's not to Psykill's dad. There's just 2 people at that table.
Hmm.
And we have yet to see a normal person interact in any way with Alexis Carib. It's Utah, who is mysteriously connected to Gridman. You got Akane, who is a god or the god, what have you. And you've got Auntie, who is like a weird monster person.
Yes. Tiny, angry kaiju son.
But our regular human supporting cast have yet to encounter him, and clearly this restaurant owner either doesn't acknowledge that he exists or doesn't acknowledge that he's a weird robot demon. So, they have a hilariously uncomfortable meal together, which is thankfully interrupted by a kaiju attack, even though obviously both Alexis and Akane insist that, they didn't, they're the kaiju, supervisors around here.
Yes.
And if we didn't authorize a kaiju attack, it's not happening. Pass the shrimp.
Well, Alexis doesn't even
he
go
doesn't
that
mention
far.
He shuts up. Akane is like, no, there's no scheduled monster today.
We're not doing that tonight. I will
Yeah.
point out that it is at least not uncomfortable in the same way that the previous scene was uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable in the sense of having a nice Chinese dinner with your crazy nemesis.
Yes.
But
It's more impending doom.
yes.
Yeah.
When is this going to go to shit?
It's like how that meal in Empire Strikes Back must have gone after they drop in on Darth Vader just chilling at the head of that table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like, no, there's no kaiju attack.
But there is.
And it's like a weird lawn dart looking thing.
Okay.
David, I assume this is based on something.
It's time for my digression on my shit on a string theory, or my universal theory of kaiju design.
Okay.
Now, there are exceptions and aberrations to that are like less than like 5% that break this rule, but there are 4 basic kinds of monster in most tokusatsu kaiju stuff. You got your Godzilla, which is big Godzilla looking, big legs, long tail, long neck. You have Ultraman, which is like a guy in a wetsuit with the helmet on. Then you have I call it the Gabara, but it's sort of the catch-all of somewhere in between those two. A little bit more man-like, probably doesn't have a tail, might have wings, like Rodan or something, which is more your general thing. And then you have shit on a string, which is a monster that is just hung around and controlled by strings, like Manda or Nars or General UFO.
Mothra?
Your little flying ships. Mothra, yes. It's just your shit on a string. And this is shit on the string, and you can actually see the strings. I love that they animated strings.
I did not notice that.
Well, the thing
I guess
is-
that's what I get for not having it set to a higher DPI.
Well, the thing itself reminded me of something out of the CG Nicktoons Ninja Turtles. It looked like a Krang ship to me.
yeah.
I thought it looked like an angel from Evangelion because
Yeah,
I like
it's kind
Evangelion.
of got an Ava-like feel.
Yeah, it's got a central red thing, and it's just a weird geometric shape. And
Just silver. Yeah, that's it. It gave me a very 2012 Turtles Krang vibe.
Though that was
I
this
was
was
just thinking-
the point when it sort of sunk in for me in a way that it never had before. That Evangelion has a lot of those tokusatsu roots
Yeah.
of fighting monsters in a city.
Hideaki Anno really loves Ultraman.
But yeah, it's a weird shape. I did not notice the strings though. I appreciate that a lot.
I think, like, in either the first or second shot, you see it, you can actually see faint lines that are drawn on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see them again later, but it's just a nice touch that, there's a faint little line.
So Utah does he does the Gridman thing. He fights this thing. He has very little success against it because he keeps destroying it and it keeps reforming itself.
Yes.
As an angel does.
And meanwhile, Akane has gone home, and Alexis Carib fesses up that it is indeed a kaiju, and it was created by Auntie because he was real mad about this whole situation,
He really wanted to make one.
and probably also very hangry.
So yeah, he's probably eternally hangry, poor kid. Aw.
Yeah, so she sees his dirty footprints in her room, and there's a bunch of kaiju that get a close-up. Nova and Silverbloom, and some other UFO kaijus.
Ooh.
Were kaijus that, some of them actually transform into like UFO-shaped things. Shit on a string. Like, Nova is like, what do you call the little things they put out in anime in Japan, the little white ghosty looking thing to ward off rain, or Taro Bozu. That's what it's called. Only Nova is red and tries to kill people.
As you do when you're a kaiju.
Yeah.
And so she responds to this by kicking her computer monitor in the face.
Yes, more foot
Which
action
breaks it. She's not, we've mentioned this before with her, I was talking about her cell phone and how that, there's the whole, like, Shattered Glass Optimus window thing going on with that, but also sort of representative that she does not take good care of her things. And as we find out, everything, the entire world is her things, so that's kind of relevant, and her kicking and breaking her monitor is definitely a sign of how she treats her things.
She's just in a real boot to the head kind of mood today.
Yeah, she just wants to kick things. I can understand. It's relatable.
And she's probably also mad because both Utah and Alexis Carib pieced out of that dinner. She probably had to pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
Alexis said it was his treat, but yeah, if he took off.
Yeah, that was the weird
then...
thing. Like, she said, like, he's gonna pay. And it's like,
with what?
This digital monster has money? What?
He tries to pay with Bitcoin. That's how you know he's evil.
Oh, he would. He would.
Anyway, so this is not really working. So it's time for the Neon Genesis junior high students to do their part, and this time it is the strafe guy.
Yay! Vit! Yes, he is the handsome one.
Yes.
And yes, they decide that they basically, Bohr's stuff isn't going to do any good if the grid laser is not working.
Yes, we get official shin kick number 4.
Yes. So it's time for the flying guide. And he's so used to not getting to do anything that I love that pause where they're all looking at him.
Oh, it's my turn now.
It's like Aquaman when when the Super Friends are finally fighting somebody in the ocean.
Yes, and there's just this significant pause, and then Bohr is like, "Hey, we're talking to you."
Yeah, while they're just staring at this well-dressed, pretty-looking moron. It's like, it's your turn. Meanwhile, Utah's all knocking him down is easy, getting him to stay down is the problem out there.
Yes.
So yeah, he goes into the grid, emerges as a kind of cool-looking blue jet. I like that the cockpit flashes. It's very 80s cartoon.
Yes. Very 80s anime.
And they combine into Sky Vitter. And I assume that Vitter was one of the actors in the...
No. Vit is what they called the jet part in Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Like he has...
Vitor.
He has like a Lucky attack, and Lucky was the name of one of the characters in Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, I think. Something like that.
Okay, all I could think of was disgraced U.S. politician David Vitter.
Oh, no.
But, significantly different.
Yes, does not turn into a jet, as far as we know.
Their combined head has gotta be a reference to some Transformer, but I couldn't find it, and it just didn't ring any immediate bells with me. But the basic transformation style and coloration is a reference, probably, to, what is it called? Sky Max from Brave Fighter X Kaiser.
Yeah.
I don't know, the head looked like a bunch of the current bullet train transforming things from it just has that feel to me. They've got that kind of elongated biker, cyclist helmet kind of.
I can see that.
Yeah,
look to them.
The jet definitely looked a lot like, possibly specifically one of the knockoffs I used to pick up circa 2000, 2001 at the Lillian Vernon outlet store at Potomac Mills. So, yeah, and that was a lot of Brave stuff, so there you go.
And it's also here that the background music turns into Gustav Holst's The Planets.
Yeah, we get some serious EDM going here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of EDM, this is also where Sky Vitter unleashes the Laser Circus, who I saw open for Paul Oakenfeld in 1999, and they were awesome.
It's the Laser Circus Amp, and Amp was one of the characters in Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. The entire attack style is very reminiscent of the Itano Circus, named after Ichiro Itano, a designer from Macross, who unfortunately we know over here as Robotech, the first part. And the kaiju was actually designed by him too in this episode.
Cool.
Apparently. I don't know why.
I'm not sure where the circus part comes from, though.
Circus.
I'm not entirely sure why it's called an Itano Circus. I always thought of it as a Macross missile storm, or missile swarm.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow Itano Circus got canonized somewhere in Japan, and everybody just calls it that now.
It's a circus.
I guess it fills up all 3 rings. Something is going on everywhere.
I definitely wanted some Calliope music on the soundtrack.
Yeah. And speaking of references to things, I feel like I am a bad nerd. Auntie shows up.
Yes.
And he gets his big, bell flying legs, and there's some Xeon mobile suit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I cannot for the life of me remember which one it is.
the original Gundam, Char's final suit, the Zeong.
The Zeong. Okay. Yes.
It's just Zeon with a G at the end. It's
I've
the most
actually
inventive name.
got the Gundam Wiki Xeon webpage open, going down their list of suits, and I actually did not click on that one, but yes, that's the crazy antler-headed thing, and that is, I'm pretty sure I had a MS in action toy of that at some point.
Yeah,
This entire fight is great and fast, like Sky Gridman just flying higher and higher to find, the thing that's actually controlling the little shit on a string is another kaiju flying in the sky, and Anti's standing on its head, and then he transforms, and then we notice,
and it's got a bunch of strings on it, like it's controlling these like marionettes.
Yes, it's kind of neat. And what is in the sky, Rob?
It is a bunch of weird Dayglow cyber buildings, which I do recognize from the original TV series.
Yes.
It's very vaporwave.
So it's possible that this is all
very deep dream too.
It's possible that this is all taking place in a computer, and this is in fact not in addition to being a reboot of Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, it is also a secret reboot of Reboot.
Kind of, sort of.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's so many things. Well, it's obviously a reference to the original Gridman, but stylistically, it's also like the final episode of Big O, which the head writer of this is from. He wrote a few episodes on that. The final episode, they found out they were living in a domed city that had giant lights in the sky, like it's a stage. Like the entire world they were, so that's a lot of illusion here. Same thing. Also, the original Gridman, it had that, they would fight in this weird red and blue and glowing yellow and shit. Digital world made out of, like, Gundam sprue leftovers, only gigantic. And an idea they had in the original show that they never actually did was that Gridman and the monster could fight on the ground or on the ceiling, which was the same digital city. And it's coming back around here. Although they don't actually stand on it, they're just flying around it.
Right.
It's very cool.
Yes.
So they defeat this marionette monster. They defeat Anti. All is back to normal, except of course Akane is.
Oh, back to normal. We didn't even mention how does he defeat the kaiju?
Slices it in half, doesn't he?
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
The thing where he slices it in half, and then both halves very neatly fall apart, and then they explode.
Yes, it's very impressive, and it's not as gooey as slicing monsters in half happens in a lot of early Ultraman shows, where sometimes when they cut a monster in half lengthwise, all the goo and brains and guts inside pour out. As what happened to Alien Metron in Ultraman Ace.
That's really gross.
So this monster conveniently just explodes, so it's less painful for him.
Yeah, I don't really know my anime, but I know that the thing where you cut a monster in half, it slides apart very cleanly, and then explodes is a thing.
Yeah, well,
I mean, if these are also, there hasn't been much goo in this series, has there? They are effectively toys brought to life, so it seemed like, the slices should be clean.
Yeah, the first one they fought had a very toy-like feel to it.
Yes.
It was crumbling because it was still made of clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point I want to see them slice one open and like a couple of giant double A's fall out.
Oh, wow, that would have been a great game. That doesn't actually happen, sadly, but that would have been neat.
Yeah, things falling open and then exploding is a very, very mecha thing to happen.
It happened to Predaking.
That too.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, with the brain.
he's not mecha, but
Speaking
he's
of
a
goo,
robot.
he had that weird organic brain.
Well, he had the brain, but there was no splurt.
No.
It was just cut clean.
That's right. I need to find Zone somehow and watch that again, because it's been too long.
Zone is weird.
Or has it not been long enough? Anyway, Akane is very displeased with this turn of events. She doesn't like people tromping around in her room. She doesn't like people horning in on her kaiju making gig.
Mm-hmm.
So, she vents her spleen to Alexis Carib, and he says, all right, I will punish Auntie, which initially I was wondering, how do you punish a guy who already, lives on the street, eats out of garbage cans, and is constantly consumed by monomaniacal rage? It turns out you get him fired up a little, get him to try and use his circular saw thing against you, and then grab it and then horrifically slice him across the face.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood. I mean, it really looked like
and it's really bright too.
If not for him running away, it would have seemed like he was supposed to be dead at that point. But
he's
no, he
writhing on the
it.
ground. The blood is like so bright and neon, it's almost pink.
It's kind of like the Klingon blood in Star Trek VI.
It is sort of curious that he is so full of very bright blood, considering that he is not actually people, but maybe that's thematically appropriate.
Well, I'm sure that was wholly intentional.
My poor angry son. See, and you notice he did use his left hand with his little circular saw, but then it gets knocked aside. My poor son. He's so angry.
It certainly emphasizes the horror of the scene that it wouldn't if you were full of, like green goop or, engine oil or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's very violent.
To abuse the term, it's a very good uncanny valley. It's very close to human, but not quite there.
Not quite there.
Yes.
So you get a little bit of sympathy and a little bit of ugh.
And that is where we leave things. That was a real, this only raises further questions kind of episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I did enjoy it, inappropriate sexiness aside.
Yeah, that, on a second viewing, because I basically, I didn't watch it as it was coming out, but I watched it maybe a month or so delay. So basically, I was a few episodes in when the series ended, so I was just like, I'm gonna watch the rest of this. I'm just gonna watch the rest of this. So I'm watching it again, before we do our episodes, and on a second viewing, I think I was prepared enough to endure the uncomfortable sexiness, but the first time, I was extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's just, it's also it's anime, it's a high school girl, it's also existential dread because, that's Shattered Glass Optimus Prime acting sexy in somebody's bed. Cliff Jumper's
Congratulations, you now have a boner for Shattered Glass Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that.
I always did.
That's fair. That's fair.
He was a blast to write. He was just Venger, only more so.
Yeah.
That was our entire thing. He was just nuts.
Villains like that are great. I've been, in my own writing, I've been having to try to dial back the crazy villain stuff because it's not actually the sort of stuff I'm writing, but as soon as I get to a villain, it's just all cackling.
Well, we also were very careful to use him sparingly.
Yeah.
You can't overuse,
Yeah.
So he's much better kind of there, and then you unleash him, and then he dials it back, and then he explodes again, and then you dial it back. Mm-hmm. And I kind of wish we'd gotten to do more with him, but oh well.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he did quite a lot. Didn't Rodimus lost his hand and got the saw? Did he ever lose an eye?
If he did, it was after we weren't writing it anymore, so I don't know.
Okay, because I didn't read some of the later stories after you stopped writing them.
I think the eye may have something to do with just the way it ends, the reveal at the end of the very last episode. Which I will not spoil.
I mean, it just it fits with the general idea that he gets disfigured by his. It's thematic, if not, the details don't quite line up the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gets heavily injured by the giant shadowy figure from the Japanese opening of Transformers Animated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if he like I said, I haven't seen beyond this episode, so if he gets, like, some kind of cybernetic eye or something, or if he's just scarred, you know.
You want me to spoil it? It's not that big a deal.
No,
Go for
don't.
it. I'm sure it's not that big a deal.
We don't want to spoil Rob is the thing.
Yeah, I too have not. I just watch it episode by episode.
It's a very tiny detail that I think is hinted at thematically, so I don't think it's like a complete ridiculous twist. Basically,
really.
in the last
It's a good
episode, the bandage comes off and the eye beneath it has healed to blue. So it's
two different
basically
color
like
dyes,
he's becoming people. Which is sort of, like I said, seemed where they, you know, like with the very red blood, so.
Well, he's becoming the Marvel Cinematic Universe Thor.
Well, yes. It's different colored eyes. But yeah, so that's, I mean, maybe they just did it partly so they could have this moment of violence and partly so they could acknowledge that for him to have done this, something had to have happened. Yeah. You know, there had to be some sort of repercussions.
Some consequences,
and
yes.
Maybe partly so at the very end, he could have had an injury that could be revealed to, you know, used to reveal that he's becoming more like people.
Yeah.
So,
it's
anyway,
I
don't feel like that's a huge spoiler.
Not really. Rob, what surprised you this episode?
I think it was definitely the Alexis Carib just strolling into a Chinese restaurant like he had a Tinder date.
It's pretty great.
It's really good meme material.
Yeah. It's just, hey, I'm here.
And how, like, nonchalant he is. It's not even, you know, Darth Vader showing up at that dinner where he's still just very imperious Darth Vader this time. Oops, sorry I'm late, guys. Pass the shrimp, huh?
Hello, I'm here. You must be my Tinder date. Have you heard of Jordan Peterson?
Oh.
And then you leave.
Yep, and then you run.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Greg. This was some weird, wild stuff on this episode.
It was a thing that happened.
And is there anything you would like to plug?
Well, right now, we're on a small break just because of sicknesses and things, but, what Trent and I have been doing over the last several years, a little thing called Isle of Rangoon on YouTube.
Yay.
Yay.
Isle, I-S-L-E of Rangoon, R-A-N-G-O-O-N on YouTube. Riffing and puppetry stuff and whatever odd skits we feel like. We've been going, and as we've been doing this, I got the alert that we actually have a video that broke 10,000 views.
Nice.
It's the crossover we did with Linkara.
Sweet.
Of course.
I don't think I've seen
Because
that
everybody
one yet.
loves him.
Yeah.
They do.
But yeah, so that's what we've been doing the last few years. That's been pretty much, you know, where most of our creative energies have gone, except for Trent's, Trent's also doing his Shapeways and all that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And any, if y'all want toys and accessories, go to him. He definitely, you know, could use the help. And
He's a veritable Shapeways shaman.
Yes.
yeah. He sent me the Bots accessories kit that he's made.
Ooh, I didn't even know about
And I'm
that.
enjoying that. So Game Over can have his sword, and why have I just blanked on her name? Frohawk can have her spray can and all that.
Nice.
And I've got another round of bots to send him shortly, and then we'll have stuff for some of the others.
Nice.
Like the baseball glove for Lovestruck and whatever the baseball itself will be named.
Mm-hmm.
Just the various accessories that they're shown with that they don't have.
From the art. The adorable little art.
Yes.
Nice.
God, I love that line.
It is adorable.
Everyone
I just
seems-
got King Candy Hooves and Captain Swoon last night. I finally found them, so I'm so much closer to being done with Series 2.
Everyone seems to be having a lot of fun making them. I can feel just the joy that goes into that line.
It's the most creative Transformers has been in years.
Yeah, definitely since they decided that everything's just gonna be G1 now. It's like, I love G1 and I'm getting pretty sick of G1.
Yeah.
It's forcing some creative flex, and I really, really like that.
I'm liking that a lot.
Also, their fidget size. I don't do big toys so much anymore. I've got a couple, like I got the Masterpiece G2 Sideswipe just because it's lunatic.
Yes, that face!
But I do not like transforming it at all.
No, I don't mind that one too much, but there are a lot of them that are just like, I'm just gonna put this on the shelf now. That's just gonna live on the shelf.
Yeah, at this point, if I'm going to spend a lot of money on something big, I'm gonna get a Lego set.
Yeah.
Ooh, Legos.
Yeah, I have a Micromaster in my hand right now.
I do have those sitting on my desk for fiddling with, so.
But yeah, I've got a bunch of ARMS Microns on my desk and bots. They're just fiddle things.
Yeah.
Keep the hands busy.
A lot of fun to mess with.
Thank you again for joining us. We will definitely have to have you back on when we get to Robots in Disguise in a few months.
Yes.
Which one? The 2015?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we did one episode of the original as a between seasons thing, and then we moved on.
That was probably enough.
That was kind of enough.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I can look back on the original Robots in Disguise. That was pretty good. I mean, it had a good localization. It was light.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably something more that we needed at the time after the way too dark Beast Machines.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, it's probably something we could use with now.
the very dark everything going on in the literal world when that came out.
Bring back Skybike 2020.
Yeah, I'm really quite... Now I could definitely use more light fluff in my Transformers.
Yeah, I think that would be nice. Well,
which is part of why BotBots is really... I just want to have some fun. I don't need deep lore. I don't need, severe plot. Please, can we not do another round of The Government is Evil? Thank you. Just give me some light fun with my Transformers.
yeah, just have some more everyman stories.
I'm sitting here I'm watching a couple things. I'm debating, do I want to get that Combiner Unite Warriors Baldigus set?
Mm-hmm.
If I can get one I can get one for under $200 from a couple places, and I'm just sitting here going, I've already got G2 Bruticus,
Yeah,
but
you don't
it's
need
this bunch of nobodies, but they're still kind of funny.
Yeah, they all have their different ways they like their coffee milk on their
Yeah.
bios.
It's like I'm being sold more on generally fond memories of the pretty okay Robots in Disguise 2000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still remember getting finding those toys when they first came out and getting them home and opening them all up and then being like, this is just the G1 Combaticons.
Yeah.
God damn it.
These toys were mediocre in 86.
Why was I so excited about them? I went out in the snow to find those.
Man, that
I was
American
in
I
Paint
owned
job.
four
Virginia.
different versions. I owned all four versions of Ruination at one point.
Oh.
I am sorry.
I owned the US release. I owned the box set of the Japanese iteration. I owned the urban set, and I owned the desert camo set.
That's too much use of those molds.
I will say that the American deco of the original Armorhide is very nice.
Oh, I love that deco. Yeah,
It's so blue.
very beautiful.
I kind of wish they
Also, Armorhide is Richard Epcar, who was pretty great.
Yes.
That's
He's Jigen.
Yes.
But no, absolutely. If y'all start doing Robots in Disguise 2015, I'd be down for showing up for some of those.
No, it is on the docket. We are in the latter part of the second season of Prime.
Yep. So we're
we
getting
are
there.
moving along.
Yep. All right.
All right, so until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm David.
I'm Morley Safer.
all this and Andy Rooney.
60 minutes.
Oh Greg, I feel like we need to get you on to talk about the ongoing comic at some point.
Well, that
would I have to read it? To
yeah,
do so?
that's the thing. You'd have to
that's
force
the
him
problem.
to read it.
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't actually have to force him to pay for it, but we'd force him to read it.
No.
I mean, I
don't know. You can.
I could share the review PDFs, but also, yeah, that.
Well, I've read the wiki summaries because, those are at least comprehensive and well written.
Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh god. This comic finally makes sense. It was designed to be wiki summary. That's all it is.